first let me say, I thank God for the opportunity. Amen. Because if it wasn't for him placing it on someone's heart, I wouldn't be standing here this morning. Let's not forget that. Amen? Amen. I thank God for my health and strength. Yes. Even if it's just reasonable. Amen? Because every now and then I get to coughing. And ladies, you know what happens when you cough. Amen? Amen? Amen. I thought I'd get your attention. And every now and then I have to sit down because my legs are not as well as they should be. Let me just say that. I thank God for all of those who came out and those who didn't, because it lets me know those who needed this word this day. And I thank God for that. Amen? Amen. Now, you know I'm not a long speaker. So the more you say amen, the quicker I'll be gone. Amen? All right now. You know, the quicker you say amen, the quicker I'll be gone. Now we came out of the book of Ruth this morning, and I thank God for that, because Sister Irma walked all over the top of my sermon this morning when I got out. I hadn't even got out of the car. Amen. And it let me know that, okay, this is what you're supposed to bring to this group of people. Yeah, and I am very grateful for little things like that. There are little things that God shows me. Little things. I know sometimes you step out your car and there's a penny on the ground. Y'all do that? Yeah. There was a thing with me and my daughter that if you see a penny, somebody's thinking about you, or there's an angel watching over you. Just a penny, a little thing like that. So I found a penny this morning before I came in here. Okay. Amen? Amen. 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 Okay, let's have some prayer. Y'all gonna pray with me? Yeah. Father, this is Linda again. I believe we started talking this morning about 5:15. We finished. Then I went back to sleep. And Lord, I just thank you for all that you do for me. All that you show me to do, Lord. And for the obedient heart that you give me. Because, Father, only those who are obedient to your word will survive this world. I thank you, Lord, for all your tender mercies. I thank you, Lord, for my mother this morning having to be carried to the emergency room. But everything is all right. I thank you for that. And now she's back home. Lord, you know the devil tries in every way he can to deter you from doing your work. But this morning I come to tell him, service and sacrifice is what we're all about. We can do nothing, Father, without you. And the song that was sang this morning, Lord, is the song that I play every time I'm working on a sermon by myself. And I just play it over and over again. Falling in love with Jesus was the best thing I ever did. Now I ask you, Lord, to usher in your Holy Spirit. Well, Father, today is going to be a different day. I know, Father, what you said. And I thank God for your word. So now, Lord, let your word be manifested. In the name of Jesus, I send up this temple. And in Jesus' precious name, I pray. Amen. 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 Okay, now that all my makeup is gone. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Usher. See, they ready. They know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. Now, we read about Ruth. Amen. Did we read about Ruth? Amen. Don't make me think you heard it. Amen. Today, we're going to talk about service and sacrifice. Now, the book of Ruth is like, it's a story of love, redemption, and devotion. Amen? It's sort of like a cameo story. Have you ever really read the book of Ruth?
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I know when you come to church most of the time you're reading Corinthians, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's it. Because it's easy for you to find. But if you dig down to those little stories in the Bible about the women in the Bible, there's a great story there to be told. Amen? Now, there is a story of love, redemption, and devotion. It's about family. Can I get an amen? Amen. The story is about family. And it's a cameo story. The story is about a Moabite woman named Naomi. 2 sons, Machlon and Chilion. And Naomi's husband, Elimelech. Okay? Y'all better help me now. Now, Elimelech, he died. Okay? So she had, I can do better when I'm not reading. Amen?
Amen.
Okay. So Elimelech, he died. That was her husband.
Come on.
I beg your pardon?
There's a mic for you right over.
Oh, work my train. Elimelech was her husband, and she had 2 sons. And the sons, they died after a couple of years after her husband. And they died. And they got married before they died. And they had Oprah, was married to 1 son. Okay, and Ruth was married to the other.
Come on.
Now you need to follow me with this because there's a blessing in it for you. Amen?
Amen.
Now when Ruth was left by herself, as families sometimes are, because I can relate to this in a little ways, you know what I'm saying? I can relate to her. She buried 2 kids. Well, we're burying kids every day.
Yeah.
1 and 2. You know? Are y'all kids staying up with me now?
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm here.
All right, so Elimelech, the husband, died. Well, she had the 2 sons for about 2 years. And they stayed in the land, her land for 10 years while they were married. 10 years. Okay, so when the boys died, and it's remarkable how the story goes. The boys died, and there was really no one to look out for Naomi.
Come on.
For years, I thought the book of Ruth was about Ruth. But it's not so much about Ruth.
Amen.
It's about Naomi.
Come on.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
And then when I did my research, I couldn't find nothing about Naomi until I went to the book of Ruth. Well, Ruth was her daughter-in-law.
Right.
Okay? Ruth was Naomi's daughter-in-law. Stay with me now. Okay? And when Naomi said she was going back to Judah, okay? She going back to Judah. You know, I kid around and everything, but I know that word.
Amen.
When she went back to Judah, she said, I'm going back to Judah, and you 2 girls need to go home and be with your mama.
All right. Come on.
Excuse me, mother. Amen?
Amen.
Well, Oprah, it didn't take much to convince her. She go, hey, that's no problem. I can go home. I want to go with you, but, I got a home to go to. But then Ruth, wait a minute, I think Oprah kissed her goodbye.
That's right.
And left.
That's right.
Amen?
Amen.
Ruth on the effort. It really was not an effort, but to some who don't know the whole story, it could have been an effort. Because Ruth didn't have no place to go. No place to go. And she said, I'm going with you, Naomi. Your people will be my people. Where you die, I'll die. That's what she said to Naomi. Now, you know, a person has to really love you. Really love you to say, I'm going with you. Because she could have went some other place. But she didn't. She stuck right with Naomi. Naomi couldn't have no more babies. Amen? Amen. She was up in age. And she wasn't looking for no man being that age. Amen? Amen. Come on. So she told Ruth, she said, Ruth, okay, if you waiting around for me to have a baby, you're going to be waiting a long time, because then I have to have the baby, then it has to grow up and be a man, and then, you know what I'm saying. She said, and I ain't looking for no man. So I thank God for Naomi's mindset.
That's right.
Her mindset was of a holy woman, because she had had a husband, and she had had sons, 2 sons. And she's not looking for nothing else. All she wants is her God. That's all she wants. That's why Ruth told her, your God will be my God. Amen? Amen. You know, y'all look like you're not interested in the story, but it's going to come right back to today. Amen? I thank God that Ruth stayed with her. Now, Ruth and Naomi, they trying to get some food in the house and other things after they got to Judah. Well, they ran into a relative of Naomi's husband. And his name was Boaz. Spell Boaz. Say it again. B-O-A-Z. Boaz. Amen. Last week we was talking with the pastor up here, Reverend Pope, and he started on Boaz. So you know I had to go back home and read that whole 2 chapters. Amen. Boaz was a good-looking, well-to-do, means he had money. Amen. Amen. Well-to-do, spiritual, and very sensitive man. Okay? He didn't know who Ruth was. So he had a superintendent of reapers, you know, the people that pick the corn and stuff out of the fields. And he told them, he said, first he asked him, he said, who is that right there? Who is that? Well, that's the damsel that came with Naomi. She came from over yonder, and she's been out here trying to glean the fields. Any of y'all know what glean is?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad to be the child of the king, because we don't have to go with leftovers. Amen? Amen. So he said, well, if this child is here and she needs something, I want you to make sure that there's something left in it. Amen. Make sure. Amen. Make sure. Make sure there's something left. And some of us do these things. We will look out for ourselves, but we feel like we should make sure that our kindred get some help. That's right. We don't do that. We are so ungodly selfish. Can I get an amen? Amen? We have forgotten that when you have relatives, you're supposed to look out for them. Can I get an amen? Amen? You should never, ever forget from whence you came. Amen. Don't ever be so far here that when you fall, amen? Okay, so anyway, so Boaz told Ruth and Naomi, he said, y'all glean, but when you pick up this stuff, you know, just stay in my field. He's going to make sure they got an area, a certain area that this stuff is in. Amen?
Amen.
Y'all must say amen. I'm going to say it all day. Amen.
Amen.
And so he told the maidens and the supervisors, the reaper supervisors and everything that he is going to make sure that Naomi and Ruth have what they need. They have what they need. I'm trying to pace myself because I don't want to start coughing. Amen?
Amen.
All right. Now he made sure that they had what they needed. All right. Now, when Boaz, and some of us, you know, I don't know, I guess I get offended when I hear one of our ladies say, I'm waiting on my Boaz. Have you ever heard somebody say that?
No.
You ain't never heard nobody say, I'm waiting on my Boaz. Okay, this is just for information purposes there. Amen? We told you that Boaz was rich, fine, spiritual, and sensitive. What is that equal to? A husband. A husband. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Now, there was a lot of Boazes in the land, but there was only one original Boaz for Ruth. Understand that?
Amen.
Only one. The original Boaz. Now, I'm not going to take long because I know we got a full day. But, Pastor, I don't want you to put me out of the church when I describe these cousins of Boaz. Amen? Don't put me out the church, okay? Because we had some broke guys. Remember Boaz, B-O-A-Z. Well, this is broke, B-R-O-K-E-A-Z. We got some dumb ass. We got some cheated and cheap ass. We got some poor ass. We got some locked up asses and they ain't never gonna get out of it. Amen? We got some lying asses. Amen? Oh, and this third cousin beat your ass instead of respect your ass. Do you understand ass? From A to Z. A to Z is ass. He will beat your ass and he will not respect your ass. All right?
Amen.
Pay attention. Don't give your heart away too quickly. Give it to God. Don't make good decisions. Make wise decisions.
Amen.
Get an amen. Because you know something? There is not but one Boaz for me, and there's not but one Boaz for you. Amen? And you know when you got your Boaz, he don't have to be perfect. He don't have to look all that good. Amen? He might not even know the Lord. But your walk can change a whole lot of things. Amen? Amen? All you have to do is stick to it. Be stuck on Boaz, the original Boaz. You don't have to take fake. I think somebody I heard say, fake news, fake news. I don't say his name anymore, but anyway, you talk about fake. That's a Boaz and a half. Now that is a Boaz. And he's about the fourth cousin to the original. Because the original wouldn't do that. The original wouldn't do and say the things that he does. And we have to be very careful, both men and women, that we have your Boaz. Not Sister Susie's, not Brother Hearn, not Brother Ello. We need to have our Boaz. Amen? And if you don't have your Boaz, I suggest that you take and read Ruth, the entire chapters. And that will teach you. That will teach you better than I can what your Boaz should come with. He should come with these things. he should respect you. He should make sure you have your provisions. Understand me well. You don't have to go through anything if you got the right Boaz to cover you. If you got the right one, you can't mess it up. Now, we can mess things up. But we have to make sure we have our original Boaz, because through him we will be a servant and we will have sacrifice. Amen? Amen. That's the sermon for today. The doors of the church are